And so now you like the best person she's ever met.
Right.
And
You're the
smell
dream.
delicious, and you're in great shape, babe. None of those have anything to do with you. It's my job, and my hand is not on your ass. It's on the small of your back, so I can move you because you're not moving yourself. You know, a person outside just thinks it's just come show up and do that thing that you do really well, right? I mean, it's the dance is the last part of the job.
Yeah, what is the full job?
It's this therapy. It's psychological, sort of like you spend time with somebody who is insecure, you know, upset, unable, hurt, you know, all of the above. They're not related to you. They end up crying to you about their personal life, and there's nothing to do with cha-cha while you're freaking out about the fact you're never going to be ready. And it's just insane. The whole thing is crazy.
So how did you figure out how to do that? Like, how did you learn how to?
Who, us?
Yeah, you. How did you learn how to be a therapist?
You show up and you got to be a pro. In 2006, when I started, there was no blueprint on how to be a dance professional on Dancing with the Stars. It was here's the ask, and that's, you know, I had an opportunity to judge on So You Think You Can Dance.
Yes.
And when they asked me to judge, I actually it was a dream come true, but before saying yes, I'm like, I want a meeting, and I need you to tell me why me and exactly what my job is. And it was funny because both of those gentlemen that I was meeting with, they were both coming from Dancing with the Stars. We all sort of move up the ladder, and they became executives and so on. And
so they knew what they were getting into with you.
They knew me, and they knew because we all started at the same time. In 2006, when I got casted on Dancing with the Stars, I was told that my job is to be a partner and a dance teacher. I said, great. When do I begin? I wasn't told any of the other stuff, and they didn't know either.
Oh, they didn't. That was my next question.
I mean, who knew? Who knew the show was going to be going into season 33?
Right. Who knew it would be right? Who knew
and
what
who
it would
knew it was
entail?
going to become this, right? And so we were the crew, the cast. Season 1 and 2 I would put into 1, because season 1 was sort of like 6 hours of television time. The whole season took 6 hours of TV, and it was 6 episodes. It was a pilot season. And when the call came in for that, I was like, the what? Dancing with the Stars on television show. There was no finished conversation. I was getting ready for competitions. I was, a pro. Oh my God.
You're like, no,
I was a pro on ballroom world. It was not in my, I was one top pro in US, some of the top in the world. This wasn't my thing. It was just a distraction. And by season 2, it happened that this moment in time, I split with my partner, and the opportunity presented itself to like, why not? I've never been to LA. I've never done anything outside of ballroom.
You were in New Jersey then, right?
Yeah, New York, Jersey area. And so for me, it was like, just go try something new. That's it. And so when I came to be a dance professional, the show was so many other things. And by the time I realized, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. I need to know how to do this. So it was us figuring out the structure, because we did not have regulated rehearsal time like they do now. For example, you're only allowed to rehearse 4 hours a day. I'm like, what? Layla Ali had me in, I remember we were rehearsing like Venice Beach or something like that. It was crazy, somewhere far. And I remember the crew, the camera operator and me, we were taking naps, because she would be like, show me a group of steps, then get away, let me do my own thing. She really liked that type of process, and then come back and I'll tell you when I'm ready. I'm like, great. And I would just go take a nap. She'd wake me up, be like, I'm ready. Get up, teach her the rest. We would be 10 hours a day in rehearsal. I'm not kidding. She had unlimited amount of work ethic, and I was loving it, you know, because that's what she needed and that's what we needed, and then we did our thing. And there was a lot of that. But then at some point, it's like it's not you know, it's not possible.
Sustainable.
It's not sustainable. It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's already not fair. But, you know, when somebody gets a professional, you know, at moving and picking up choreography,
yeah, not right.
It's completely different show. And so, you know, you end up just working hours wise. You end up not putting in the same effort.
Okay. So there was that. So the first, it was unregulated.
So it was that. It was unregulated. Then you run into, you know, she has a bad situation at home, and you are here on camera, and your job is to be gentle and, you know, caring and, you know, chaperoning and supportive and all of those things she don't get in her household. And so now you like the best person she's ever met.
Right.
And you're the smell dream. Delicious, and you're in great shape, babe. None of those have anything to do with you. It's my job, and my hand is not on your ass. It's on the small of your back, so I can move you because you're not moving yourself. It's so hard to explain.
So then
they have no idea.
Towards
they
you.
Get so many feelings.
Oh, so they project all these things onto you.
You know?
Does that happen with every partner?
I would say 98.7% of the time.
And can you see it happening? Like, do you
By
kind of
the way,
sense the
I'm
moment?
not talking about me only.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm saying on behalf of all the pros that will, even those who will probably go on record and say, no, Max said not. No, you're lying.
So even PETA, for example, would have that from her partners.
I mean, PETA, I would have it from partners until they see the true me and they're like, damn, this guy is not. Because I'm like, babe, back off. Like, honestly, I'm here to do work.
Okay,
she's super nice. She'd never say it. So she would be a blessing for anybody to partner with because she's so sweet and such a professional. And she'll just overextend herself. So will I. But I will let you know every step of the way that I'm doing this massive effort and you got to reciprocate. She will not. She'll just leave it, you know, like
so she'll
one-sided.
let it play out.
Yes,
but you will hit a point where you'll be clear. All right, just so you know, you feel like this about me, but this is work.
Also, I'll hit a point where I'll be like, yo, you are a lot of work. So you need to just be very quiet. Let me do my job because I'm doing it for both of us. And she would just not allow herself to say that stuff.
But it's interesting because both work, right? Both ways work.
Well, I don't listen. Yes.
What, did you have some disasters that did not work out so well?
Oh my God. Those were all televised and publicly presented.
Right. By the way, I'm going to do a random shout out to Debbie Mazar. How is she? She was on my show when I first started it in 2017.
Did you know Debbie and I graduated the same high school?
No.
Yep.
In New York?
In Brooklyn.
Huh. Did not know that. Okay. So that was just a side note for Debbie.
I think also... Is that her or her daughter? I'm not sure. No. Yeah. No, what? Her and I, Morrow High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Kirstie Alley was another one.
Okay.
Right? Because I did read about there was some stuff, like she cut you off or something because of science. Is that true?
Yeah, I got disconnected from.
Well, so because
I became friends with Leah Remini.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you had a good friendship. Is what I read.
With Kirstie.
Yes.
She was a homie.
Okay.
She was a great, again, we were very publicly, awesome couple.
Yeah. But then she had to cut you off.
And then, time. No, it's Leah. It wasn't the time. No, we're still hanging out. And then, I became friends with Leah. And then it was okay. But then when Leah, did the Scientology move, then it became not okay. And I didn't know, by the way. It was another thing with Kirstie. It was just sad because I had no idea. And then I reached out, nothing, and then it turned into like, oh, by the way, she's not speaking to you. She's not allowed.
That's
I was
a
like,
bummer.
what the fuck? Yeah.
So do you stay in? You don't stay in touch with the people though. Most of your partners, do you?
I stay in touch with. I'm actually closer friends with other people's partners.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So why do you think that is?
Because we spend too much time together. Like,
Right. I was going to say, analyze that.
I'm also so real and so open and so, if you love me, we're probably going to stick around for a long time. If you had a problem, I'm not going to be changing your opinion. I don't really care. Go have a problem.
Right. But there was definitely a boundary issue, or not even a boundary issue, but a projection issue with a lot of people. I mean, that does, when you set it the stage like that, it does.
No, it was a job description issue.
So, okay. All right. So wait, back to that. So the hours, right? The difference, the projection of them onto you, their feelings onto you being everything that they dreamed of that they don't get in reality. And then what else was part of the job description problem?
The fact that it's so much on me. I wasn't prepared for any of that. So the lowest moments in Dancing with the Stars history for me were because I wasn't ready to handle all of that. I was focused on choreography. I had my own process. It wasn't the best process. I was never really not prepared ahead of time, but I was just, I'm a now type of person. So for me to come and choreograph something with you, it's easy. It's easy. No matter who you are. Dancing with the Stars, like getting ready for Monday night, it's not hard for me. It's pressure, it's stress that I put on myself, but it's not hard. If you don't say anything for like 4 days. Literally, if you do not participate in this process and just let me do my thing, we're going to come out of it. It'll be great. You're going to have a great time, but you just got to not say anything.
But nobody can do that, right?
Zero people are able to.
Right.
And there was actually a few partners that was like, look, do me a favor, just don't speak for the next 2 days. Just give me 2 days.
And did they listen
to you? It was like Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday. Some did, honestly. We had a great relationship. And it's not like I was cracking the whip. No, I was begging. I was like, listen, please, I just need to focus. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of times, you seem more fit than you are. A lot of times you said that you were better dancing than you ended up being. A lot of times you thought you were a phenomenal dancer, and then we got the cha-cha and you're like, wait a minute, I can move, but I can't count and pick up choreography and remember one step after another. Right? Because you don't know that until you're in a professional thing.
Yes.
So you're a phenomenal party dancer. You get the call from the casting director. You're like, Dancing with Stars. Yes! I mean, it's my dream job. I always wanted to do it. Yada, yada, boom. You show up to rehearsal, and here's me standing in front of you, and you're like, great. Okay. All right. I got the one that, like, he's gonna whip cracker me, and let's do it. I'm ready. And then I go, okay, great. So here's first 2 weights of our choreography. And she goes, wait, what? And so there's such lack of, steps remembering and that sort of neurological connection, because her, for example, shape comes from working out and running, right? Both linear activities. This is not a dance related stuff. Okay, so you're in great shape, great. You are, but not in great dance shape. You know what I'm saying? You're not in great cardio shape for the jive. You may be in better cardio shape than Kirstie Alley, rest her, in peace. But so we had to substitute a lot of that with some other stuff. But with this person, you know what I'm saying? So there's misconceptions.
Yeah.
And then who's gonna break that news to you? This guy who has no time to soften the breaking of the news. I'm gonna say it to you right now. Oh shit, we got a problem.
So I feel like there needs to be a third person who's there to bridge the gap and help the partner emotionally and physically both.
No, this person has
you're
to
responsible
be
for all of it.
It has to be that person.
Oh God, so they really go on such an emotional journey.
And today, the pros, for the most part, are these people, because the job description had become very clear. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about you being that type of dancer or this level or this quality or caliber or whatever. It's about you being a certain type of educator. But to be honest, not even that. It's about you being a certain type of personality.
Right. I was going to say, they're not just going to want somebody who's good at coaching the person.
Yes.
They need, it's TV.
Yes. But you know what else TV needs? This guy. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the both. And
right. So it's interesting. I'll give you a little side note too, is that one of the things that I have recently started doing is being a therapist, basically emotional support on TV and film sets.
Aww.
So
you like
it's kind of like exactly what you're saying. Like, it's that person who, but there are people who have emotions that need to be worked out with somebody.
Yeah, but listen, it's like the sports psychiatrist that comes in before the game to just you know, who's got an issue with how big this game is right now? I do. Okay, let's talk about this. So you know, you get yourself ready. Yeah. I think it's a emotional warm up. Is just as needed as whatever. That's actually great. I never thought of that.
It would be for you and it would be for her.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's got to work that stuff out too.
Yeah.
She's got the issue. She needs somebody to talk to.
I mean, she's the one with the issue.
That's
I'm not the one. I know the cha-cha. I can do whatever routine.
But I'm there talking to her. She's talking to me, and then you don't have to deal with it. You get it?
Oh, you mean like this? Oh, no. For a position? Yeah, for sure. If I don't have to deal with it, great. But
so again, is that part of why you left?
Yes.
It was.
I think so.
You had it with that stuff?
I couldn't. Yes, I had a blowout infamously with one of my partners, and that was it. I was like, I'm not in a good place for it. It was amicably decided. So I'm not going to say I left and people were begging for me to come back. It was just like there was a situation that was just hard to overcome, and I was like, no, we need
so it was
space.
amicably decided, you mean, between you and like the producers?
Yes, I was also on my you know, way past my contractual obligation. It was coming back for like a season at a time type of thing, so I wasn't held on to. There was a new cast of kids coming in. A group was set. It looked great. I was part of like the old core, right? And so we got replaced. You know, once we all got sort of replaced, it was the right thing to move into, right? And so it wasn't with that I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It was the natural progression. Like, you can't just continue doing. In my case, in my mind, in my world, in the way I see it, you can't do the same thing for 15 years, you know what I mean, and feel like you're moving on and with life, or you're progressing, or you know, becoming something else. Like, you're doing the same thing, you know. So I had to move on.
So it was the right time for you. You didn't have to deal with that stuff anymore.
Looking back at it, yes,
it was right, but I'm sure it was a hard decision to make because for many reasons.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was easy for me to make because I was just upset at the situation, and it was a good move. And
then so you had said, circling back to that, when you got the offer for So You Think You Can Dance, you were like, well, what exactly is this job description? Because you knew not to get into that same situation.
No, I just didn't want to be like, oh, this is great, let's do it.
And what did they tell you? And does it seem like it was accurate?
It seems so. I was told we want that Max. We want the one that says exactly what he means, exactly, you know, how he means it. And so that appealed to me. I was like, what are my sort of parameters and restrictions? Like, there are none in this, you know, traditional sense, like just don't curse and say stupid stuff. Okay. But I was let to be me, you know, and not once through the course of the filming did anybody come up and be like, you know, just tone down the Max. You know, it wasn't that. It was more the opposite, actually. It was more like,
dial it up.
Not dial it up. It wasn't requested at all, but it was like, when I felt comfortable to go up a notch, it was like, great, go up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do what you feel, express yourself, as long as it's honest. See, for me, I do everything so honestly, because I don't want to forget what I said. I don't want to catch myself on, I mean, I've spoken into the camera, whether it's paparazzi on the street or an interview, sit down with whoever, for a better part of almost 20 years. And you can never find anything where I said one thing and then completely changed my tune.
Right, but you would be entitled to change your mind about things, though, here and there. Like,
Change
you've
your
evolved
mind.
over
Yeah.
time,
Well,
right?
this is me saying, like, yeah, that's some bullshit. But it's not like, it's not like I'm giving you like a different, politicians are known for that.
Yes,
10 years
that's
ago,
the
you were saying the
worst.
opposite
You are
thing.
who you are also.
Yeah.
Like you were saying about PETA, you're the same way.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now you get to be that on So You Think You Can Dance. You get to
Yes.
just be you.
Yes.
You don't have to deal with people's emotional baggage.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Is that a relief?
Oh my God. Yes. You get to be a, I guess mentor is more like it. For me, I'm not a judge. I'm not here to lay down the law. Bro, I'm just one opinion. It's very subjective and it's based on what I know, the way I came up, my background, the people that surrounded me, that shaped me. It's never you. Everybody's a fingerprint. That's how I feel, right? But I get to tell you, that's the kind of the position that I take when I'm in a judge's place. If it's a dance show, right? I get to tell you how it really is, because I'm still in it. You get hired as a dancer, you're gonna bump shoulders with me on that stage. I'm the one who's taking up a big spotlight that you want. Please go ahead. I'm not gonna just give it away, but you can go ahead. So I'm just telling you how it works and how it is. And so when a dancer did a thing and now I have to give my critiques, I mean, I have so many different ways I can come at it, that has nothing to do with dance technique, so it's in this industry, I think we've earned our stripes to speak. Right.
I want to ask you about the traders in a second, but I don't want to forget this question. So the entertainment industry, I mean, what are some of the lessons that you've learned about being in this industry? I mean, you are firmly planted in this.
Oh man, I don't know if I am.
Well, right. Nobody's ever firmly planted, right?
Firmly planted in this industry.
Everybody's like a palm tree, right? Our palm trees barely. There are almost like no roots underneath them. Did you know that?
I don't know. I would
It's
say
so
more
weird.
like a cactus. You can look dead for a long time and then all of a sudden blossom, and here you are.
Yes.
As long as you can survive on very little moisture, you're good.
Right.
I just feel like at this point, my success post Dancing with the Stars is in the fact that I don't belong or depend on Dancing with the Stars. And that's no disrespect. It's just the way. That's why. I have no negative feelings. I'm very positive. I'm a huge fan and a friend of and with everyone on the show. Obviously outside of the family and everybody else involved, Val, Jenna, PETA, it seems like they're gonna hire Shy soon. It's like, so
Yeah.
no, I'm a good friend. There's no negativity at all.
Okay.
It's because I found a way to move on. It took a minute. It was hard, but we are here now, and I have no dependency, and so I don't have a negative emotion like, I'm name dropping, like somebody like Cheryl, who's also from the show, have done seemingly every season and walked away with such negativity that, has a platform of just shit talking about the show, basically. So for me, she's got a lot of work to do to move on.
Right.
And so I think that's why I'm where I'm at. I'm happy. I'm, chilling. I'm a fan. I'm a friend. I'm supportive. The Critics' Choice TV Awards, I was sitting at the table with all my So You Think You Can Dance people, was receiving awards for the traders that was right there. passing by, high-fiving my Dancing with the Stars people, you know, at their table. So it was like,
it's a cool moment.
what an amazing moment.
Yeah,
And
to recognize it.
Well, I don't know about recognize it, but like,
to pay attention, you could have just passed that moment.
dude, I was saying that was the thing. I was like, I cannot. But and now I was just filming, and I'm filming the moment, and I'm like, you know, the nominees are, and then they go about Dancing with the Stars and this and that and the other, and this is for the best ensemble. And I'm filming this, and I'm like, you know, the Traitors, and the winner is the Traitors. And I'm like, I don't know how to act. I'm sitting here, I look back, and my executive producer's like, are you gonna go? I'm like, and I remember Phaedra was walking so slow that it took time for me to think. I'm like, of course I'm gonna go. What do you mean? I'm the ensemble. I'm like, this is it.
That's your award for your one event.
Anyway, it was great. And then the second one was awesome, and it was just beautiful. Look at this guy.
I know. Oh, I love that. Oh, you want your belly rubbed? Yeah. So the Traitors is huge. Like, people love the show. First of all, Alan Cumming also.
Alan Cumming is the best.